If you guys come back out here in the next probably like 6 months, 7 months, what you see out here is going to be totally different.
Tucked away on a wide grassy field by the Pasco County Jail is what will soon become the nation's 7th body farm.
The fence is going to go up around the whole area.
But Sheriff Chris Nacco says it will be a lot more than that.
Training facility, there'll be the shoot house, the Canine Tactical Training Center, and then hopefully breaking ground on Dr. Kimberly's forensics lab.
Dr. Erin Kimmerly is a forensic anthropologist at the University of South Florida and a bit of a local celebrity.
She really is the rock star around here.
Known for her work exhuming the bodies of 55 children at Florida's notorious Dozier Reform School, the so-called White House Boys, Kimmerly has worked on mass graves around the world, from Kosovo to Nigeria.
I was actually 6 months pregnant at the time.
As she explained in a recent TED Talk, her interest in the dead is rooted in concern for victims' families.
And it was like this nightmare that they couldn't wake up from. Not knowing what happened was worse than knowing the truth and the facts about the events that occurred.
Whether it's victims of genocide or a local murder, Kimmerly says the science is the same. But the facility will touch on a range of disciplines.
Entomology, geology, chemistry, physics, anthropology, archaeology, and they'll all be out here working.
Because decomposition rates are determined by temperature, rainfall, and insects, Florida needs its own body farm. That doesn't mean everyone wants one.
There's people that, you're right, they don't feel comfortable being around some of the parts of anthropology and forensics that are going to be out here.
A similar project was derailed in nearby Hillsborough County in 2015. Nearby residents complained about odor, groundwater contamination, and plummeting property values. Mostly unfounded fears, according to Kimmerly.
You really won't know it's here unless you know it's here.
It's also a body farm wrapped in a much larger forensic research package, one that will be marketed nationally as a law enforcement training site.
This is really going to be a hub of forensics.
The more real-world hands-on training you can get, the better.
Nacco says the need has never been clearer to him than during a quadruple homicide in the summer of 2014.
Very active crime scene.
Adam Matos, accused of shooting and bludgeoning 4 victims to death, including his ex-girlfriend, her new boyfriend, and her parents.
48 hours, they are in there sweating, coming in, coming out, because the scene is that horrific. That's what forensics really is in real life, not what you see on an hour-long show with commercials and they're driving around $80,000 vehicles.
Dr. Kimmerly says working around death as much as she does, it's important to keep some distance.
To do this type of work, generally you have to sort of distance yourself and not personalize it too much, because if you get caught up in that human tragedy of every case, it would be pretty overwhelming.
But when running the body farm, she says she'll never forget the lives that made it possible.
We really value each of these donations. It's a gift that the family's giving. We're incredibly grateful to them.
A family member donating their loved one's body can help us solve a crime. We are going to treat those donations with the utmost respect, because that's somebody's loved one. That's somebody's husband, their wife, their child.